Have you ever been somewhere where it seemed like everyone already knew each other? Maybe everyone else already seemed to have someone to talk to. Maybe you wondered if someone would notice you or invite you to join in. Sometimes one little empty spot is all it takes to make someone feel welcome. Hi friends, welcome back to some more Campfire Stories with Alli. I'm Alli, this is Scout, and that's Timber, and we're so happy that you're here. Today's Scout and Timber adventure is called The New Camper. But before we begin, Scout has a special hidden adventure challenge just for you. Somewhere in today's story, there is one hidden monarch butterfly. It only appears on one page, and it could be hiding almost anywhere. Keep your eyes open while we read together and see if you can spot it before the story ends. All right, friends, let's begin. The New Camper. One kind hello can lead to a lifelong friend. The new camper pressed his face against the car window. Tall pine trees swayed in the morning breeze. Children laughed as they rode their bikes. Families waved from their campsites. Smoke curled gently into the sky from crackling campfires. His eyes grew wide. "Wow," he whispered. "I can't wait to explore Happy Trails Campground." The new camper looked from one campsite to the next. Children raced by on bicycles. Families laughed around cozy campfires. Friendly campers smiled and waved. He couldn't stop smiling. "I can't wait to see what's around the next trail," he said. The new camper watched the other children. They laughed, they played, they rode their bikes together. His smile slowly disappeared. "I don't think I'm going to make any friends," he whispered. A gentle voice spoke behind him. "Hi there." The new camper turned around. A friendly little bear smiled and gave a small wave. "I'm Scout." Scout smiled. "Come on, I want to show you my favorite place." The new camper took a deep breath and followed Scout. Scout stopped on the little wooden bridge. A sparkling creek danced over the smooth rocks below. "This is my favorite place," Scout said softly. The new camper smiled. "I think it's my favorite place too." Just then, a cheerful voice echoed across the creek. "Scout!" Scout looked downstream and laughed. "That's my cousin Timber." Timber picked up a smooth, flat rock. "Watch this," he said with a grin. Skip, skip, skip. The little rock danced across the sparkling creek. The new camper's eyes grew wide. "Your turn," Timber cheered. The new camper picked up a smooth, flat rock. He took a deep breath. Swish! Plip, plip, plip. "It worked!" he laughed. Scout and Timber clapped and cheered. Scout smiled as the three friends continued down the nature trail. Just ahead, someone was quietly working in a colorful flower garden. The little bunny looked up, smiled warmly, and gave a friendly wave. Scout smiled. "This is Bella," he said. "She loves flowers and knows all the best places around Happy Trails." Bella gave a cheerful little wave. "Hi, it's so nice to meet you," she said. "I'm building a pretend campfire. Would you like to help?" The new camper smiled. "I'd love to." Bella smiled and pointed down the trail. "Great! We just need to gather a few more things." Bella smiled. "We'll need pine cones, little sticks, and colorful leaves," she said. The best pine cones are usually hiding under the biggest pine trees. Timber bounced with excitement. Let's see who can find one first. The new camper grinned and hurried after his new friends. The four friends searched beneath the tall pine trees. They peeked under branches, looked behind old logs, and brushed aside soft pine needles. Keep looking, Bella said with a smile. The best pine cones like to hide. Suddenly, the new camper stopped. Wait, I think I found one, he called. Tucked beneath the low pine branches was the biggest pine cone any of them had ever seen. Bella clapped her paws. You found the very first one. Scout smiled proudly. Great job. Soon, everyone had found something to help finish the pretend campfire. The new camper carried the biggest pine cone. Scout gathered little sticks. Timber found colorful leaves. Bella smiled. Perfect! Now we have everything we need. Together, the four friends happily headed back to the campfire circle. The four friends carefully placed the sticks inside the circle of rocks. Bella tucked colorful leaves around the outside. The new camper gently set his special pine cone in the middle. It's starting to look like a real campfire, Timber laughed. The four friends stepped back to admire their pretend campfire. It looks amazing, Timber cheered. Bella smiled proudly. We built it together. The new camper couldn't stop smiling. Working together felt surprisingly fun. As the new camper stepped closer to get a better look, oops! His foot bumped one of the rocks. The pretend campfire began to wobble. Crash! The sticks tumbled. The pine cone rolled away. The new camper looked down. His smile disappeared. The new camper looked at the ground. I'm sorry, he whispered. I didn't mean to knock it over. He waited for someone to be upset. Scout smiled and gently picked up the pine cone. That's okay, he said kindly. Sometimes things fall apart. The best part wasn't the campfire. You're not mad? He asked quietly. Scout smiled. Not even a little. Accidents happen. That's what friends are for. Scout gently held up the little pine cone. The best part wasn't building the campfire, he said. The best part was building it together. The new camper smiled. For the first time that day, he finally felt like he belonged. Scout smiled. Let's try again, he said. Everyone laughed as they worked side by side. Piece by piece, their pretend campfire stood tall once again. The friends stepped back and admired their pretend campfire. Scout smiled. Now that's a campfire. Everyone laughed. For a little while, they simply sat together and enjoyed the moment. The new camper's eyes filled with quiet happiness. He looked around the circle of friends and smiled. The stars twinkled above Happy Trails Campground. Scout smiled. We've been calling you the new camper all day. He chuckled softly. But we never asked your name. The little boy smiled. I'm Mason. Scout's face lit up. Welcome to Happy Trails, Mason. Timber grinned. Bella clapped her little paws. For a quiet moment, no one said a word. Mason looked at Scout, then Timber, then Bella. A happy tear slipped down his cheek. He held the little pine cone close to his heart. Then he whispered, "I thought I came here to make friends." He looked around the circle one last time. "I didn't know. Someone had already saved a spot for me." Scout smiled. "We'll always save you a spot by our campfire." Beneath the twinkling stars, the four friends hugged tightly, knowing there would always be a place for everyone around their campfire. The end. Wow, what a wonderful adventure. When Mason first arrived at Happy Trails Campground, everything was new. He didn't know Scout, Timber, or Bella, and he wasn't quite sure where he fit in. But then something very simple happened. Someone noticed him. Someone invited him in, and someone saved him a spot. By the end of the day, Mason hadn't just found some new friends, he found a place where he belonged. And Scout, Timber, and Bella reminded us that kindness doesn't have to be something big. Sometimes kindness is simply saying, "Come join us. Would you like to play?" Or "We saved you a spot." Sometimes the smallest invitation can make the biggest difference. Okay, I have to know, did you find Scout's hidden monarch butterfly? If you did, great job! And if you didn't, that's okay. Scout likes to hide things in some pretty tricky places. You can always go back through the story and see if you can spot it the second time around. Let's talk about it. Here are 3 questions you can talk about together as a family. How do you think Mason felt when he first arrived at Happy Trails Campground? What were some of the kind things Scout, Timber, and Bella did that helped Mason feel welcome? Have you ever been the new person somewhere? How did it feel? And what helped you feel like you belonged? There are no wrong answers. And the best part is listening to one another and learning from each other's stories. And now, Scout has a special question just for you. He wants to know, since God always welcomes us with open arms, why do you think He wants us to welcome others too? And that's a great question, Scout. I want you to take a minute, think about your answer, and then talk about it together as a family. There are so many good answers. Well, maybe it's because God welcomed us first. Or maybe it's because He wants us to show His love to other people. I'd love to hear what you think. Scout has one more challenge for you this week. Look for someone who might be feeling a little bit like Mason did. Maybe they're new, maybe they're shy, or maybe they're just waiting for someone to notice them. Be the one who smiles first. Be the one who says hello. Be the one who invites them to join you. And if you can, save them a spot. One small invitation can help someone feel like they belong, just like Scout, Timber, and Bella did for Mason. Now it's Campfire Craft Time! Today, we're making Scout's Friendship Campfire. Here's mine. Doesn't it look like a real campfire? Would you like to make one too? Here's how. Step 1, color your campfire. Step 2, fill out and color your friendship flames. Then carefully cut them out. Step 3, glue each friendship flame onto your campfire. Step 4, every time you do an act of kindness this week, color in 1 marshmallow. Then see how many marshmallows you can earn before the week is over. Have fun, and remember, every act of kindness can help someone feel welcome. Before we go, I've included several free activities to go along with today's story. You'll find coloring pages, today's campfire craft, and our Around the Campfire family conversation, with even more ways to keep the conversation going together as a family. Everything is waiting for you in the description below. And if you enjoyed today's adventure, ask a grown-up to give this video a thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to some more Campfire Stories with Alli, and ring the bell notification so you never miss another adventure around our campfire. But before we put out the campfire, I have a little sneak peek at what's coming next. Have you ever felt nervous, or maybe even a little scared, about trying something new? What if fear isn't always something we need to run away from? What if sometimes fear has something important to tell us? Next time around the campfire, we're sharing a very special story that just might make you look at fear a little bit differently. I can't wait to share it with you. Thank you so much for spending some time around the campfire with Scout, Timber, and me today. And until next time, remember, there's always room for one more friend around our campfire. Keep reading, keep learning, and keep being kind. See you soon, friends.